Hello students, welcome to our history class. I am Miss Annie Itur and today we are going to learn chapter number 6 Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. So students, your Mahajanpada means any state, district or pradesh is known as Janpadas and Mahajanpadas means now first of all when do we call Maha? We call Maha when it is big. So for that we call Maha. So Mahajanpada means big state, district, kingdom or Pradesh. So today we will learn Janpadas, Mahajanpadas and rise of the Magda Empire.
Janapadas. The period from about 1000 BC to 600 BC is considered to be the post-Vedic period, which means that period which is after Vedic period. It is in this period that the Janapadas came into existence. It means that the Janapadas came into existence between 1000 BC to 600 BC. Janpadas were the many small states that spreads from today's Afghanistan, which is to the northwest of the Indian subcontinent, to Bengal and Odisha in the east, and to the Maharashtra in the south. So, Janpadas were nothing but the many small states. Nowadays, also in our country, we have numbers of states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir. So, all these are the states in our country. So, like that, in ancient period also, numbers of small states were there, and these states were known as Janpadas. So if you see in the map, you can easily understand the area from today's Afghanistan, Bengal, Odisha to the east to the Maharashtra.
The Janpadas called Asmak occupied a part of today's Maharashtra. So if you talk about Maharashtra, then from Maharashtra many states are there. So Maharashtra is also one type of state. And in today's time, the state which we called as Maharashtra, in ancient time, that is in the post-Vedic period, it was called as Asmak. The names of those Janpadas can be found in Sanskrit, Pali and Ardhamagadi literature. So the names for the Janpadas are very in different form and that were found in Sanskrit, Pali and Ardhamagadi literature. One can also find information about them in the writings of Greek historians. So in those days, the historians who were there and the travelers were roaming from one place to another and they used to keep the records and that records were related to a particular kingdom, king and also about different types of systems and administration like culture, political or economical so that one can find information about all these Janpadas in the writings of Greek historians. Some of the Janpadas were monarchies while others were republics. So in the government, some of the Janpadas were monarchies while others were republic. Monarchies is one where center leader is there and all rules and regulations are being looked after him and republics are they choose one leader and under these rules or in the group of peoples they are ruling this, that is why it is called as republic.
In some Janpadas, they had a Gana Parishad. This was the group of senior citizens. This all members were coming together for discussion and taking important decisions regarding administrative issues. The place where the discussion took place was known as the Santagar. Every Janpadas had its own coinage with different identities. Gautam Buddha hailed from the Shakya Republic.
Some Janpadas gradually became stronger and expanded their geographical boundaries. So here some Janpadas gradually they had become stronger and later they had expanded their emperor and took all the kingdoms under them by doing war or fightings, and by this means of diplomatic way they expanded their geographical boundaries. So such Janpadas came to be known as Mahajanpadas. So, from the literature of that period, it is clear that up to the 16th century BCE, there were 16 Mahajanpadas which had acquired special importance, and those Mahajanpadas were Koshala, Vatsa, Avanti, and Magda. So, these were the important Mahajanpadas which became more powerful later on.
Koshala. The Koshala Mahajanpada was located at the region of Uttar Pradesh and Nepal in the foothills of Himalayas. The famous city of Koshala were Shravasti, Kushavati and Saket. Shravasti was the capital of Koshala. Gautam Buddha had lived in the famous Vihara Jetvan at Shravasti for a long time. The Kushala king Prasenjit was a contemporary of Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir. Contemporary means where Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir and also Prasenjit were together during those period. That is why it is called as contemporary. Later, the state of Koshala merged with Magda, means Magda came, attacked and win this state.
The Mahajanpadas Vasta were located in the region around Prayag, that is Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Kosam, the capital of Vatsa, was called as Koshambi of the ancient city. It was an important center for trade. There were three extreme rich merchants of Koshambi had built three viharas for Gautam Buddha and its followers. King Udayana was a contemporary of Gautam Buddha. Now I told you what is contemporary. After King Udayana, the state of Vatsa could not maintain its independent existence for long. The king of Avanti, Mahajanpada, conquered the state.
Avanti. In ancient kingdom, Avanti was located in the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. Ujjayana, Ujjain was its capital. This city was an important trade center. The king of Avanti, Pragyot, was a contemporary of Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir. During the reign of King Nandivardhan, that time the state of Avanti was merged into the Magda Empire. That means the Magda Empire had been the state of Avanti and made them to join their empire.
The ancient Mahajanpada of Magda was spread through the regions of Gaya, Patna in Bihar, and some regions in Bengal. The capital of Magda was Rajgriha, that is Rajgriha. King Bimasara's palace was built by the architect Mahagovind. Jivika, the famous physician, was at the court of Bimbasara, and Bimbasara had become the follower of Gautam Buddha. Rise of the Magda Emperor. Ajatasattu, the son of Bimbasara, continues with the policy of expansion of the Magda Emperor. So, the important Janpada was the Magda Emperor, in which lots of important works were done, like administration issue, about military, and also about its different emperor. Bimsara was the first king of Magda Emperor, and son of Bimsara, Ajatashatru, continues to expand the policy of Magda Emperor, and he successfully conquered many republics of the east. The kingdom of Magda proposed during the reign of Ajatasattu, and Ajatasattu was the follower of Gautam Buddha. So we learned that the Magda capital was Rajgriha. After the Mahaparivarana of Gautam Buddha, means after the death, at that time first Buddhist council was arranged, that is at Rajgriha by Ajatasattu, and that Buddhist council was known as Sangiti. The foundation of the new capital, Patligram of Magda, was laid during Ajatasattu period. First, the capital of Magda was Rajgriha, but later that capital was made into Patligram, and Patligram later became famous as Patliputra. And Patliputra was probably in the vicinity of today's Patna city. A noteworthy successor of Ajatasattu was the Magda king Shishunaga. Means after Ajatasattu, Shishunaga became the king of Magda. King Shishunaga annexed the kingdoms of Avanti, Koshala, and Vatsa to Magda, means he captured all this kingdom and expanded it more. The entire region of northern India came under the control of Magda. That's how the Magda emperor took shape.
The Nanda kings of Magda. The Nanda ruled the Magda Empire between 364 BCE and 324 BCE. They have set up a good administrative system by capturing neighboring states and made huge empire. They had a huge four-column army of infantry, cavalry, chariots and elephants. So here infantry means a branch of soldiers doing fight on foot. Cavalry means a soldiers who fought on horseback. And chariot is the two-wheeled vehicle drawn by horses and used in ancient racing. So this all was used for their safety and protection from the army. And this were their huge army. The Nandas also introduced the system of standard weights and measures. So they were the first to make use of this, and till now we are making use of weights and measures in physics.
King Dhananand was the last king of Nanda dynasty. So there was a long story behind it. If you know, there was a serial known as Chandragupta Maurya. In that, it is shown that Chandragupta Maurya and Chalukyas had defeated Dhananand, as he was not a strong king and he was not having very strong army. So during King Dhananand time, the Magda Empire had extended up to the Punjab in the west. So later Chandragupta Maurya ended the Nanda region and won Patliputra and became the king of Magda and laid the foundation of the Maurya Empire and completely destroyed the Nanda Empire. So students, in the next chapter, we will read about the foreign invention on the western and northeastern frontiers of India during the rise of Maurya Empire. Also, we will read about the Maurya Empire in greater detail. So that's all for today. I stop here with my explanation. Now, let us solve the question answers which are on the page number 29. The first question, answer in one sentence. First one, what is meant by Janpadas? The answer is The small state that became into existence in North India in the post-Vedic period were known as Janpadas. Second one, what is meant by Mahajanpadas? Answer is those strong Janpadas which became exponent and enlarged their geographical areas were known as Mahajanpadas. Third one, where was the first Buddhist council held? The answer is the first Buddhist council was held in Rajgriha. Fourth one, who introduced the system of standardized weight and measures? The answer is the system of standardized weight and measures was introduced by the rulers of the Nanda dynasties. Question number 2. Match the following. First one, Sangiti. Answer is Parishad. Second, Dhananand. Answer is Nanda King. Third one, Patligram. Answer is Ajasastru. Now the third question. Name the following. First one, some part of today's Maharashtra was occupied by this Janpad. Answer is Mahagovind. Second one, this was an assembly of the senior citizens of Janpad. Answer is Jivaka. Third one, this was the venue of discussion. Answer is King Ajasistru. So that's all for today. I hope students you have understood the lesson as well as the question answers. Thank you students. Remain safe and God bless you.